Hello, hello. How's it going? I think what we're gonna do today, we're gonna start off with a comp CC game, and then we're gonna do some chit chatting. Glad to hear you're doing good. Let's see, get this going here. We're gonna swap that record over to a nice 0-0 for today. Not 0 equals 0. I think you're the first player to buy a Gravy Bones Armory for 50. 50 doesn't sound too bad for that, though. That's pretty good. Are you excited? We're gonna talk through some High Seas stuff today. It's going for $75. Dang. Okay, that's pretty sick. Yeah, that's pretty sick if that's the case. Oh, okay. I don't think I have new cards in here. No, I don't. Maybe they're giving the warning with all the new cards coming in. And by High Seas cases, but they sold out when they dipped to 475. Now they're back up to 500. Yeah, that's about right. I think SCG was just posting theirs for about 500. I kept hearing through like Reddit and a few other discords that there were some that were like really low priced, like shockingly low priced. Like closing in more towards 400. If you could buy 4 boxes from one source, you could get them cheaper. Boxes are selling for lower. They are? Is that on TCG Player? High Seas. Ooh. Cilio. I'll go first. I think leaking some damage here could be pretty solid. I want to keep AB, probably go here to dampener. And into a Cilio, I just kind of want to race a little bit. Do we want to play, you know what, Null Time Zone might actually be solid here. You can bring it in and name like Mind Warp. What's going on, Burst Flames? Some are listed at 118. I mean, $1's a dollar, right? That's pretty nice. This is a hand of all time right now. Yeah, good luck to you too. Let's full screen this guy. Kind of feeling like we maybe want to play one of these out but not crank it at the end of the turn. But like, man, this turn is rough. I think we'll play this, we'll crank it, and then just force a block here. This is cool with this on top. I think I'm going to put the boom grenade back in. This tells me a lot. So they're on like a heavy arcane build. Not only that, if MSRP is like 120, you can get boxes at 480 instead of a case of... Oh yeah, that's true. I guess it just depends on... it depends on your... Why am I blanking? It depends on your shipping. What's the question marks? Is the question marks for what this guy's showing me? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, he started on a Sigil of Brilliance. Don't know what we are talking about. We're talking about prices for High Seas. Yeah, so it's like, it's a lot cheaper. Oh my goodness, the lighting. Sorry, I got kitty cats trying to jump in the window here. This is so interesting. case is cheaper. No. Boxes are cheaper. So if you buy boxes and you get them all from one source and the shipping is not as expensive, then you get, then it costs a little bit less. I've got a bad top deck. This is just fine to like end the turn on. I'm gonna say none. You got a case. I haven't even paid for my case yet. So this is nice. Getting the 2 resources here helps us start this turn so much more effectively. This is like the worst item for us to see on top, but it's still probably good. What's going on, Dwarf? Yours isn't shipped. Local. Yeah, I'm also anticipating getting one locally. You know what I could do is I could BIOS update into the Fast and Furious, and that might actually be pretty solid. Because that still keeps my 1 resource here. We'll play this, close the chain. Yeah, we're talking High Seas cases. I'm sure Dwarf would love to share how much they are potentially paying for this as well, because I can guarantee you it is very expensive. The gravy train. See, I'm not playing gravy, but we can vibe with it. How's it going, Mitch? Just excited for Gravy Armory deck. Did you end up getting the cases for pretty good price, or were they pretty rough? I forget what you said on whether or not they were good prices or not. I bet cases can't pay 500. Yeah, that's super fair. I think it's very tough right now. That's my graveyard. I wouldn't mind grabbing this zipper hit. Give no quarters, insane, 2 free allies. That card's really strong. I was like very impressed by Give No Quarter. 900 CAD. 900 CAD. I need to do conversion. How is that? 644 USD. So 644 divided in half is. Dang, you got a hell of a deal. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. That's like $320 something a case. Are you kidding me? Who's your hookup? Without shipping, okay. But still, who's your hookup? Let me know. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more expensive, but that's such a crazy good deal. Get through Alpha Investments. Shipping's 120. Oh yeah, because you live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, okay. That's a little better. Anaphylactic shock is weaker than you thought it would be. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of a struggle point right now with the anaphylactic. I kind of expected it to be a lot better than it actually is. We're just eating an armor block here. I want to get in a game before we start chit-chatting about some of the... Do I want to boost this? I kind of feel like I don't. Just to keep cards in deck. Middle of nowhere is an understatement. Yeah, I mean... We still have 1 resource. We see another throttle on top. LGS doesn't even carry armory decks yet. Are they just, like, not able to get the armory decks? Or... like, what are they saying for it? Let's shoot the gun. See, I'm trying to get my armory deck from Fernando. Scooby can let you loop CYB. Oh, he can? That's kind of nasty. I mean, we pay into this, right? Pay the throttle. Because the throttle's pretty bad. Graveview's 64 shipping in. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Do we... We are going to start here. 57. Put a yellow CYB on the bottom of your deck. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes. Yeah, custom shipped. Yeah, shipped $64. It's because he lives way in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, the shipping cost isn't $64, but total it's $64. How do I like the Puffin cards so far? I like them a lot. I actually want to go over them in a little bit here. We're gonna try. Should I null time zone this guy? How much of a gotcha do you think it is for me to null time zone him? And just name like Mind Warp. It's kind of mean, right? But I think it might work. I do want to crank it. Oh, and I drew. Oh my goodness, the combination of cards here. Let's just name. Okay, what do we want to name? We want to name. We want to name Mind Warp. So we're starting on Mind Warp. We drew another one, which is like terrible. We're gonna BIOS update. We'll Sprocket Rocket. We will boost this other one straight into play. I feel like we'll get a decent amount here, so we'll crank this one as well. What should we name on this one? What are we reading here? Seems like they're going for a bigger turn, so maybe we name Aether Flare. You weren't expecting third tunic from set to set. Yeah, I mean that new you're talking the Necro tunic, right? The Necro tunic looks really good. YouTube short where someone teased a Marlin combo that could do 104 damage in one turn. That's crazy. Yeah, I've not seen that. I would like to see it though. That sounds really interesting. Pretty sure I just put this in my arsenal. I'm gonna have 2 action points here, so like I could. Oh yeah, he had Mind Warp in his hand. I'm sure it's probably a 3 of a kind play. He's just trying to block out. We might be able to just sit on this one for a little bit, depending on what.
Shopping with your parents.
Oh man.
Why would they sell jeans with holes?
Ads. Why ads? Thoughts on the diamond? You mean the gemstone that they're like kind of teasing a little bit? You have permission to post. I think it should let you post. I think it should. What do we grab here? Probably just Fast and Furious. He's been blocking me out pretty effectively, so that's the Marlin short. I will. Oh man. We'll watch that in a second. Thoughts on the diamond. Okay, so thoughts on the diamond. Yes, you should get it. The diamond's very good. Are you trying to, like... You're trying to basically prep with... You're trying to prep and say, like, oh, well, if the diamond is playable or not. I think we just play this, don't crank it, because we have an action point. I don't. And then I outpace, pitch this. No, I don't think I want to boost. I will boost. I lied. We're going to boost. Because we could end on this null time zone. They're just like emptying their hand into me. So Etchings is a pretty good name here. They've shown me 3 of them, which means there's at least... Okay, what was blocked with here? That's the outpace. Okay, so everything is in their grave already. So I could play this, say Etchings. I'm gonna crank it. Shoot. Needs such a setup from that point, but it's insane. I think that guy is like crazy good. Oh man, yeah, he had it in hand. Yep. Yeah, a lot of these cards aren't great. I want to use this to get a Cerebellum, ideally. Setup. It's insane. Probably the hand is really low. It's not a gem, so pitching it is bad. I mean, I think it's just good. It's frustrating. This guy's trying to play to fatigue me. Feels like. Do I dare go down? I've only boosted once. Yeah, I mean, just a flat blue pitch that's just, like, solid enough on its own. Probably do this, put this back in. I really don't want to boost that max V off the top. Kind of want it, so maybe we just leave it there and arsenal this. Because he's playing to fatigue me right now, which is weird. The Marlin thing? Yeah, so with max V on top, like, I don't have a max V in yard, and I know I've boosted one already. Like, look at how many reds are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of my 10 cards are red boosted. Like, that feels so bad. We'll watch the short after this. I can talk through what's going on. This on top is kind of sick. Is this turn playable? How many? We're through all of our backup reds. Depending on how much we potentially pitch here to AB. Okay. So he's trying to surge me here. So if I pay 1 just to avoid surge, I could pay 2 to avoid it entirely, pitching the throttle. I just pitch one, go into here, keep this on top. I think we're gonna do that. Keep the max V in deck. Because we get an extra action point here. We're gonna pitch the throttle. We just probably leave this boom grenade. Unfortunately, we're kind of playing poorly with the symbiosis shot, but I haven't really had an opportunity to send like a lot off of the symbiosis. This is a weird Acilio list. Like, it is like full arcane Acilio. Rewind. That's not how that card works, right? Or is it just any card? Negate target non-attack action card, return it to its owner's hand, then they gain an action point? I mean, you're still going to give me an action point. That's the whole point. Sure, dude. What's up? Yeah, it's like, I still get the action point, which is what I want here. This is a bad draw. So let's start on zipper hit, boosting. This is also a bad draw. Okay, he discards temporal manipulation. Just an extra card. Oh, that's kind of cool though. And he can play it as an instant. Someone's living in a Disneyland. Oh, you mean just like made up? Okay. So we get a committed armor block. We definitely want to boost. This is a terrible one to see on top still. Really don't want that. Do we Teklo? I think we do. As like unfortunate as it is, I really don't want to take 2 cards off the top, but I'm at a point where like I need an effective turn, and right now this turn's just not super effective. What we could do, so he doesn't have a block here, he has 2 cards in hand. This is 4. It would take both of his cards. I'm gonna boost away the blue. This deck is a Disneyland one. If every card lines up, you just win. Yeah. I mean, I had a match that I played the other day that was on Dio, and I literally just played, gosh, what was my turn? My turn was, turn 1, I put a Cerebellum processor into play and cranked it, so I had it already in play for my turn 2. And then my turn 2, I BIOS updated a second Cerebellum processor into play, cranking it, and then I played another one off the top from Dio. So I had 3 in play, and then I used all 3 of them during that turn. Which is just like crazy, crazy good. I wonder what they're trying to do here. Aether. I think we're pretty okay with them amping. Ooh, I want to keep this hand really bad. Yeah, typical Dio. Okay, so he's amping. I think I do need to pay here. We take a slower turn. So what's cool here is I could play this, crank it, and then I could play zipper hit, and like still force something out of them. Because this is gonna force a couple cards. Because they're probably not gonna want to take this. No. And like, there's a consideration to boosting here. Has Dio gotten any new cards from High Seas? Yes. There is 2 cards that I'm looking at for Dio for High Seas. We can talk about those in a second. It's a good hand. Sonic Boom. Yeah, dude, hit me. The Infinite Cog. Kind of. Okay, so we want to start on Outpace here. Man, this hand is so bad. It's tough because, like, they're just able to fatigue me because of the way that they're blocking. So I have to play intentionally to not get fatigued here. I do want to boost away the 0 to 60. Okay, time to item count really fast. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 boom grenades, 5 boom grenades, so there's 1 in deck. All 3 protocols, all 3 nulls, 1 cerebellum. So we still have targets in deck for Spark of Genius. Okay, do I leak 2 damage here? I'm gonna think no. Man, this hand does actually nothing. If we can resolve the max V, that's the difficult thing, right? Is this less than 0? No, it cost X. Do we have a Teklo core left in deck? No. So we could Spark for 0, put this into Arsenal, draw this. I just really don't want some of these cards in my hand. I could just play this so I don't IP myself. Like, play both of these. Okay. I do. Then, do we Spark for 0? And then we put this in here, we keep this card for pitch. Do I want to crank my cerebellum processor? So if I do, I keep my action point. I just don't draw a card. And then I could just end on Boom Grenade with no crank. Seeing this on top is pretty good. No. Then we pass. And then we pray that this next hand is playable and that they don't have Mind Warp. Because we've seen 1, 2 of them. But it's not only Mind Warp that we need to avoid, but we also need to avoid... oh man, there's another Max V on top too. We also need to avoid getting... whatchamacallit? What's the other card that I'm thinking of? Destructive Aether Tide, I think is what it's called. I don't see it in here. This one. Yeah, so they destroy my arsenal. Which, this being the top card is pretty good, but... Okay, so we're gonna get some free stuff. Surely they didn't counter Pitch Sack? I don't think they did. Just block like that? Yeah, they're just gonna break chain if I do that. Okay. So we have 1, 2. We're short a resource, right? I'm pretty sure we're short a resource. Or is it 0? Thinking. It's 0, 0, double pitch. I'd have no. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we can do it. You know what? We actually might be able to with Achilles, though. Because we have to boost once. That's for sure. Because then if I heart here, I go down 2 cards, I boost, then play this, then do this, then play this, right? So I have to do this, pitching this, then I play this, boosted. I'm pretty sure I've got it. Because this is an instant. Play this. I can't boost. Yeah, and their last card's a 0. Oh, it's because I can't, whatchamacallit. I didn't boost 3 times, so I couldn't even play that card. But I still just shoot them and kill them. That was... that was a little too close. Alright, we're 1-0. Okay. Let's pull this over here. What is that other one? Okay, I gotta click here, unfull screen this one, pull this one over. Okay, pause this for a second. You have to play bad cards to play this, though. God, I hate how this is, like, laid out. Arsenal is Battering Bolt. Am I excited about dual classes? Yes, kind of. They feel mostly like talents right now. I think going forward, if they do dual classes more, it'll be cool. But I think that right now I'm a little hesitant with it, because Pirate just feels like talent flavor right now. If Pirate gets its own like actual identity and its own like proper hero, then I think I'll feel a lot better about it. So we're on Sand Scour, which is already just bad. Quiver, which is, I guess, normal. Might as well be Earth. Yeah, it might as well be. Battering Bolt, a blue, Poison the Tips. This card, by the way, if people aren't high on Poison the Tips yet for Marlin, people need to get this card. This card's like probably pretty inexpensive. Not financial advice, but I would buy that card. Yeah, it's like $5. I would buy that card. If you're planning on playing Marlin, you should buy this card. Like Ninja Warrior, other examples, you have a talent and dual classes. I don't think you could reasonably do talent plus dual class. I think it's a little too much. Like we've already got Emperor, and Emperor is like already pushing the button a little bit. So much so that they had to restrict him to only playing reds. Poison the Tips. If you don't know what Poison the Tips does, it is here I'll read it. I know it's really small. It is until end of turn, arrows you control gain. If this hits a hero, they discard a card. Then you reload, and this card has go again. So pretty powerful effect. Falcon Wing is pretty good here. Endless Arrow is pretty good here. You're gonna have to cross strap to start the turn, but I think this hand, I would assume, does a lot based off of how much they're discarding. So you bobble perch or bobble pitch to perch, then use cross strap. This comes in for 6 for free because you didn't have to pay for it. You have 1 floating. That in terms, you just block. I mean, you try to block, right? So you play this, it has go again, you reload, then this comes in for 9. Why is this coming in for 9? Oh no, this is total damage. Okay, so this is now 9 total, 6 plus 3. What does this card do? Whenever an arrow with an aim counter hits this turn, you draw a card. So you use this, then you put an aim counter card in off the top of your deck. So Stone Rain comes from top of deck into play. If this is an aim counter, it gets dominate. If they banish a card face down, beginning of their end phase. Okay, so the text isn't relevant, it's just 4. You draw blue. You pitch a blue to quiver. So it's really dependent on top deck. Yeah, this is like very magical Christmas land because you can't really stack this. Yeah, you can't really stack this. If you're able to pitch stack this many reds and a yellow like next to each other, this is not a combo. It's cool because like it's a lot of damage, right? But it's not a combo. That's just luck. That's like me double max V'ing people in a single turn. It's probably gonna happen once ever, and then you'll never see it again. You have no idea how any of it works. It is very, very much not possible for this to probably happen. I would say more often than not, you're gonna just run into Marlin just outvaluing you, and that's gonna be what's gonna happen. She does have some pretty effective on hits. Looked into 2 Channel Mount Heroic, 3 Swarming. Yeah, and I mean like that can just happen sometimes. That's just you getting lucky. Okay. Maybe it'll happen like 2 to 3 times. This is like super improbable though. It's like this is everything's lining up for you. I forgot that I set this up the other day, and then now I'm not even using it. Boom, you can see me better. I wanted to talk over new cards and that kind of stuff. I know we've been kind of chatting about them a little bit in chat a little bit. We'll jump in here. We'll talk through some High Seas cards. So I'm going to talk through mostly the Puffin and Gravy Bone stuff, just because I'm very much out of Ranger. Like Ranger, although I do understand how Ranger works, it is not like my cup of tea in terms of like playstyle, and so I feel like it's really hard for me to assess some of these like bigger, more expensive arrows. So what we'll do is we'll go through some of these up here. Well, let's go through starting up at the top. So new stuff, because I haven't covered anything yet outside of what was like initially spoiled for Puffin. So we've got like at least a nice bit and a ton for Gravy. So cards that I think are playable from what we've seen so far. Let me actually can I go full screen? There we go. This hopefully looks a little better. So first card here, this card, Jolly Bludger. This card's really good. I like the overpower text on it. I think that it's probably not like incredibly powerful, but we're gonna get to a couple cards later that I think make this card look a lot better. They printed basically a bunch of like 1-for-4 buffs for Mechanologist cards, and I think this card pairs really well with those. Not only that, but this card's also a 2-cost, and believe it or not, 2-costs are really good for Pummel. So like if you're wanting to play a Pummel deck, this card is really good with Pummel, especially because you can overpower it. So you're like, you know, you're playing out your Jolly Bludger, you tap a cog, you overpower it, and then you pummel on top of it. It's just nasty. Like, it's a very, very solid play that you can do if you want to be stealing items. There's going to be like a handful of heroes that I can think of off the top of my head that you'll want to steal items from. So like, let's see, gotta go here. So decks that play items first is first question. So Dash IE, you're gonna steal stuff from. Dash IO, you'll steal stuff from. Who else plays items here? Gravy might play some items. I mean, you're gonna be able to steal his gold, right? So like, that's pretty good. Kano items, but he'll probably just use them right away. Kasai, you can steal her gold. I'm trying to think here. Marlin, you'll be able to steal her gold. Max, you can steal all those hyperdrivers, which is super good. Like, that's crazy good. And if he flips into Mechanoid, I say flips into Mechanoid, he still is his hero, but if he makes the Mechanoid, you can just steal Mechanoid from him. It's crazy, crazy strong. This deck doesn't exist. This will be a mirror breaker for Puffin, like incredibly hard, because if you are able to steal all of your opponent's items, that's just, it can be backbreaking, like absolutely backbreaking. One thing that I am kind of curious of, though, and we'll look it up in a second here, is how System Reset works with your opponent's items. Teklevossen doesn't play items. You'll be able to steal some stuff from Verdance and Victor, though. Like, you'll steal Victor's gold, or you'll steal Verdance health potions. It's not bad. Believe it or not, they broke this card even more. Banish them, then return them to the arena under their owner's control. So we wouldn't be able to steal our opponent's stuff and then system reset it all back to your own field. It still seems good. But like, if you could do this with it, man, that'd be crazy. That'd be so good. So I think this card's gonna see some play. I don't know if it's like main board, sideboard kind of thing. I think it's possibly good enough to be main board. But I think for now, if I was testing it, I would probably put it into the sideboard. I've seen a lot of discourse between these two, like whether or not you want to play Blunderbuss or if you want to play Spitfire. I'm gonna come out and say right now, I think both are correct. I think you want to play both, but depending on what your matchup is, you might want to one over the other, right? Spitfire is very good if you are pitching less, but you have more cogs available to you. So like if you're playing a lot of Copper Cog, which we're going to get to in a little bit, I think that this card's value goes up a lot more. And depending on how much gold generation you have, this card also just goes up a lot more. Remind you what Puffin's ability is. So Puffin is you can tap to destroy a gold and then create a golden cog. And then the second time that you crank each turn, you draw a card. And then the golden cog itself has crank on it. Puffin has some Kaladesh vibes. It's very like Sky Pirate, Kaladesh. Like this is a good vibe. I like this the Sky Pirate vibe. It's really cool. But I think you very reasonably can play both of these. I think this card works well if you have extra action point generation, like a lot more. And then this one is going to work a lot better into decks that will present like a board state. So like you probably, depending on if you're going to go into Necromancer a lot, you're probably going to want this gun more. I think this gun is just probably your better option into a lot of the what Necro is probably going to present. There's a decent bit of Necromancer cards that have 3 health though, so we'll kind of come back to this in a little bit. We'll talk through it again. We'll look at how many of the Necromancer cards can we kill with just 2 damage versus like this one has 3 damage, right? But you have to use 2 cogs to get that 3rd damage, where on this one you're paying 2 resources for 2 base damage, and that's just like flat, right? But you at least can get go again, so you can go a little bit wider if you have like gun untaps, which right now we know of 1, so maybe there's some good stuff there. Kind of hard to say. We're missing a lot of Majestics still, so 8, 9, and 10 are Majestics. I'm really interested to see what these cards are, because I don't know how to assess a lot of this stuff without having what these cards are, because these Majestics can change the deck entirely. Cogworks Dovetail, this card is really good. I love that this is an instant, because it plays really, really well into its on hit. So the way that you can kind of abuse this, right? Let's see here. You can feel like Assassin pitching 2 for a small weapon. Yeah, if you want to do that, right? So what's cool about Cogworks, right? Let's say you have only 2 cogs in play, right? And you really need to punch this over, and you know your opponent's only going to be able to block 6, right? If you can pump this to 7 with 2 cogs, right? It's your 2 times because you get 3 activations. The on hit of this, since it untaps all of your cogs, you actually have a window before resolution to tap one of the cogs that it untaps in order to give it go again, which is crazy powerful. Like, I think a lot of people are underrating how strong that is, because that's just a 1 for 7 if you have 2 cogs, right? But it can be 1 for 7 go again if it hits, which is like really, really good. Or it's just, if you have like 3 cogs in play, it's just base, 1 for 7 go again. If you're ending your turn with it, it's a 1 for 8 if you have cogs, and it just being base zipper hit stats, I think is just crazy strong on its own as well. Even if you don't have cogs, right, to put into it, I think this card is still really, really good. 5, you control a cog go again. Yeah, so what is nice is like if you have used cogs on your turn and you end with this card and your opponent does let it hit, you can give it go again after it hits, which is super cool as well. So like if you're just throwing this at the end of your chain you still have a little bit more to do. You can potentially untap if you maybe only had one cog for the turn, and then still give this go again to maybe get a little bit of extra value on the turn, which I think is super, super good. This card already kind of covered previously. I think this card's good. It's a 2 for 6. I like it. Cog in the Machine, I like a lot. This card is one of the cards that I was talking about when we were talking about what cards could be played in DIO. I think this card could be played in DIO. The golden cogs are really cool because they have crank already on them. So you're looking at essentially 2 counters on your pistol for DIO, right? Then you're gaining your action point back from probably one of them. You're probably cranking at least one. But in DIO, you have no incentive to really keep the second one uncranked, right? So if you play this, just go up 2 action points. You're potentially just able to throw a lot with this. And what's nice is being able to put this card back on the bottom of your deck with the tap ability gives you a lot of versatility into matchups where like they're trying to fatigue you. It keeps an extra card in your deck for like when you're like in the scenario that we were just in when we were playing the last match, or like if I had a few extra cards, maybe this card is able to help fuel a couple more boosts after I play it, which is really powerful, and it helped boost my pistol shots for a turn. I think this card's pretty good. For Puffin, it's doing something very similar, right? The two cogs are just really, really solid. I don't know that you care about this latter part in Puffin. This could be the old fuel injector. This is exactly what fuel injector used to be. Yeah. So this card, I think, might be a little inspired by how fuel injector used to get played. But I like how this is set up. I think it's really solid. Do I think all 3 heroes will play Lone Shark? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I think that card is very, very strong. Cloud City Steamboat. Next one here. This is on hit, you can tap a cog and then put a steam counter on a cog you control. This one's pretty good. I like the twice that you can just make it 2 for 8 if you're like just chilling on cogs. I think that's pretty cool. To help with this, so you technically have like a thrice per turn, right? If you hit, it's a thrice per turn if you hit. To where you could potentially keep a cog around for longer. I think this card's really good. I love that it's a 3 block as well. Base 2 for 6, already solid. The fact that you get the versatility of being able to pump it is really, really strong. And then also the 3 block is just super good. So I think this card is potentially even playable down here at blue. Of course, here I gotta zoom out so you could actually see the top here. But I think this card's even playable at blue. 4 for a 3 block that can potentially be a 6. Like a 2 for 6 at blue is crazy good. And not to mention the on hit is like super relevant. Copper Cog, first ever time we've seen unlimited. I think that's really interesting, and I think it changes card assessment like a lot for Puffin. I think realistically what you're going to want to do with Copper Cog is you're going to want 3. 3 I think is the minimum. I could even see 2. Not 80. Maybe if you want to go really daring, I already mentioned in Purple Discord, but you can play this card right here with 79 of these, and it actually works. Which is just like stupid. I don't know why they thought that was okay. We're getting an Allstate ad.
Because some things are just better together, like peanut butter.
Get out of here, Allstate. We don't need an Allstate ad. But you can. I think this card's really good. I think 2 is the minimum, for sure. You want at least a couple of these in your Puffin deck. the fact that it's a crank with 2 steam counters is super relevant because this is the card you're going to want to keep around for longer, right? But also, the fact that this card is system resettable is so powerful. Like, if you had this card in play, like let's say you had 2 or 3 of this card in play that you've been able to keep around for a little bit and you system reset them, like that's just crazy. It's crazy powerful because like you're able to do this play pattern with Puffin, where if you had 2 of these in play somehow, right? You system reset, you system reset, you draw a card, so you're replacing your system reset immediately, and you're generating 2 action points from it coming in. So your system reset, is not only coming in with go again, right? But you replaced it, and you gained an action point, an extra action point. And that's just off of 2 of these. If you had 3, like, this card's very good. Figured out your case. Glad you figured out your case. I asked my LGS to see what their status was, because if they're not giving me any solid information on it, I might be buying one online. Just because I'm a little worried that my LGS might be struggling a little bit on allocation, but we'll see. 440 is really good. So I think Copper Cog's playable. I think 2 minimum, probably 3 is most likely. Anything above that, I think, is where you start getting questionable. I think the max that I would say is like comfortable within a deck is probably 6, but it depends entirely on how many other items you play. And we've seen with decks like DIO where you're pretty limited on how many items you can consistently play in a deck and like not just kill yourself. And so I think 6 is probably comfortable because you're also playing Cerebellum Processor in this deck. So you're at like 9 at least. Dude, I'm sorry to hear about the pre-release cancellation. You're not the only person that I have heard. I've heard multiple people tell me that their pre-releases are getting canceled because of allocation issues. I'm sorry to hear that, man. This card I've already covered. This card got a lot better with this card being spoiled. So the 1-for-4 untap cards. TCGs are doing too well right now, so it's hard to keep them in stock. And it's really tough. I think a lot of people are underrating this card. Not this card specifically, but these cards as like a set, right? I think 1-for-4 on any Mechanologist attack is really powerful, especially because it counts your gun. And so you're able to do these really, really interesting play patterns where you have all these 2-cost cards, right, that you already are playing. It just has a perfect pitch for you. You pitch a blue, play one of these untap cards for 1-for-4, and then play a 2-for-something, right? Talk about how Gravy will block, because those allies can't block. We'll get to Gravy in a little bit and talk about how bad his blocks are going to be, depending on how many allies you run, of course. Because everybody buys into TCGs like their investment. Yeah, I noticed a lot of issues with that. I was talking about that with a friend of mine, a local, where we were talking about there's... I'm not going to name names because I don't want to badmouth anybody, but there's a couple stores that we noticed on TCG Player that overprice a lot of their product. And it's made it to where you see these people charging like egregious amounts for rainbow foils and cold foils, and nobody's going to ever pay those prices, but they're looking at Flesh and Blood as though that is the way that they want to like sell their cards, and they're looking at it similarly to like how Pokemon is kind of like looked at, or like how some of the like high-end Magic and stuff is sold. I feel like these people are starting to look at Flesh and Blood in a similar way, and I really dislike that. It doesn't feel good. He sells at dip prices, but only people to sub to him, so you otherwise have to pay large prices. Yeah, Alpha Investment's good. I watch his content quite a bit. Digimon stocks. Yeah, collectors, man. I'm fine with people collecting this game. I think that it should be a player's game before it should be a collector's game, though, genuinely. And I like to collect this game, so I know it's tough. Really quick, jumping back into these 1-for-4s. I think these 1-for-4s are really good. I think this is the weakest one, the untap a gun. I think Tighten the Screws is crazy strong. Untapping a cog you control is like exactly what you want to be doing. So I think Tighten the Screws and Perk Up are probably going to be two of the ones that I think will be the more playable ones. Depends on how much gold generation you have for how good Perk Up is going to be, but I think Tighten the Screws is going to be really solid. I think a lot of people are underrating this card. Untapping a cog you control is just crazy powerful. Like being able to go 0-for-4 with Go Again, tapping a cog, right? Then you pitch a blue, play this, untap a cog. You untapped your copper cog that you had in play. You pitched a blue to play your +1, right? Or sorry, your +4 for 1. Then, let's say, slam this into play. And you're like, here, opponent, here's my 1-for-9. I guess you're paying 2 for it. You paid 2 total for the 9. But now you're also threatening this to go again. And your cog already untapped. So like you're able to just give this go again right away. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think this card's underrated. Still not on Call of Grave hype. I think it's so good. I think it's so good. I think you need it, genuinely. It's unfortunate, but I think you need it. Fab seems to be an underdog of TCGs. I would agree. There's quite a few, I think, right now that are kind of going around that are underrated. I think right now the ones that I've seen a lot of are Grand Archive. I don't personally play it. Flesh and Blood. And then, I'm trying to think what else. What's the other one that I keep seeing? I mean, I would say like Lorcana / One Piece, but that's just for my local area. Those are the ones that are kind of like picking up. Star Wars universe is really popular in Poland. Dude, Star Wars, okay. Star Wars has a good community here for my locals, but I think the thing that keeps a lot of people away from Star Wars is not necessarily the like IP, but I think the gameplay is just not for everybody. Don't see it as a need yet. We'll talk through stuff right now. So let's jump into some gravy bone stuff. I'm mostly just gonna cover the whatever is the new stuff, right? Which is a lot, but we'll get through it. So, Give No Quarter, really quick. This card does everything you want in this deck. It's a blue that goes to the graveyard instantly, has Go Again, and reduces the cost of 2 allies. It's crazy powerful, especially because let's say you got, what's a 3 cost? Let's just click on one of them. Let's say you got a Chowder. You got a Chowder in your graveyard, right? You make Chowder free, come in, you attack with him, maybe you give him Go Again somehow, maybe you gain a life, right? Then you're able to play another guy just right away. You just set up your board really effectively. The fact that this is essentially a 6-pitch, crazy good. And it blocks 3. So really, really good block value. I would honestly say this card seems too powerful to be a 3 block. Seems too powerful to be a 3-block. I think this should have been a 2-block maybe. But at least it's locked to Pirate Necromancer, so that if we get Necromancers in the future, which I know we are, that this is at least still just locked here. You'll take it if they block 3 with it? I mean, yeah, right. Okay. Chum, we've already talked about. Murray Le Fay. This card is an instant 3 of, and you can't convince me otherwise. This card is crazy good. 3 life. Very relevant here. Actually, we were talking about how many of these ones are 3 life versus 2 life. So let's really quickly look at that, because that's important for how much you can kill these with Puffin's weapon, right? Puffin's base weapon that you pay this one. So can you kill it with Blunderbuss, or do you have to Spitfire it? Why do I think this one's a 3 of? Oh my goodness. Box GG, don't talk to me right now. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna go over to this. Lo-Fi Girl's gonna save us. No ads. Moray Le Fay is a 3 of. It's an instant 3 of. This card is crazy. Crazy powerful. There's no pitch. Number 1. No pitch to play. 3 life. Instant threat on the board. Because this +1 counter to any ally, being able to do it on both your opponent's turn and on your turn, super powerful. Obviously the 0 attack is a pretty big restriction here, right? But being able to put a counter on an ally that's harder for them to kill is very, very effective, especially because you can do this at instant speed. You're able to... She can buff herself. Yes, she can buff herself. You don't really want to buff her, I think, though. Unless you're, like, floating a resource at the end of a turn. You haven't really used your turn effectively in terms of pitch. You can just, like, end and, like, buff her for the next turn cycle before you go to your untap. I think this card's very, very powerful. How can she buff herself? It says target ally. She is an ally. It does not say other target ally or another target ally, so she can target herself. Moray's is 0 for 4 with the Necro Tunic. Is it a 0 for 4 with the Necro Tunic? Gain 1, activate this only if your has been put to graveyard this turn. So if you put it into the graveyard and then also played it and then you had this, yeah, it is 0 for 4. You tap her. Yeah, you can still target her even though she's tapped. It doesn't specify anything other than target ally. How's it going, Russian? So, this card, instant 3 of. This card's crazy good. What's nice is this instant part right here. So, let's say your opponent on their turn is trying to do some shenanigans, right? They're trying to target some of your guys, and you don't like that. If they target Murray Le Fay, and for some reason you've pitched on your opponent's turn, or maybe you have a card in hand that you drew on the last turn, you're like, man, this doesn't convert really well, or maybe it doesn't block, right? Which is gonna be a thing for him. Then you can convert that card, if you don't have a way of maybe discarding it, into giving a +1 to any other ally, especially if she's being targeted. Because then you know, like, okay, they're swinging into Murray. I'm just going to use her for right now to get a better effective value onto something else, which then kind of shifts your opponent's target over to that other card, right? So, like, let's say you buff just Chum, just because he's the closest card. So let's say you buff Chum, right? Then all of a sudden, they're gonna shift, right? They're gonna be like, oh, okay, we got rid of Murray. Now I have to focus this one that got a +1. I think this card's very effective. This card is okay. I don't think it's very good. I can see it as a 1 of, for sure. I think that what you do, you can tell they learned. Yeah, you can tell that they learned from Illusionist. So I think this card's a 1 of. This card is similar to a Mirror Guy. I don't think you want 3 of it, though. I think this card's a 1 of. And the reason why is because you have Watery Grave. or not Watery Grave. Why am I Call to the Grave? You Call to the Grave, right? So Call to the Grave says, this card is now my best friend. This card can get this card. Call to the Grave can get this card and set it up really effectively if you have like a heavy blue hand, right? I think it does what you want it to do, and it forces your opponent to attack super heavily into it. So I think it's fine. I don't think that it is as backbreaking as you would think, though, because I think it's going to take a lot of setup. But only play one. You play him after Chum. Yep. Exactly. How are you doing, Pockets? Dude, I'm still upset I missed your stream from the collection that you bought. I'm upset that I missed that stream. I was out and about and just didn't get to catch it. Yeah, but he's a 2-card 7 life. So you're gaining life, right? But your opponent could also just not target this and just swing face at you. Especially because you don't block super effectively. So if your opponent is threatening a bunch of on-hits and just jamming stuff into you, then, you know, this card's probably not as effective. Put the video up for people to watch. Is it on Twitch or is it on YouTube? It's an endgame card. I would say it's like a mid-game card. Mid-game probably feels the most appropriate for it, or it's an extremely early game. Twitch, okay. Sweet. I'll have to go and check that out. Cause like, okay, really quick, jump back to this. Just a thought from what you guys are saying. I think this card is early or mid game. You don't want this card late game. You have better targets late game. Like Rigor Mortis is very good late game. This card, I think you want it as early as possible, because I think putting out an extra 7 life at the beginning of the game just demands a lot. And because you have so much of a life barrier in the early game, you can afford to take a few hits if you're able to get this guy out really early, so that you can like offset like how many cards you have to give up for blocking and that kind of thing. You don't have to give as many cards away at the beginning of the game. And then you also, I guess you run somewhat of a risk that they just target this, but then you just gain 7 life. So I think it's probably fine. I think this is probably early to mid game, not late game though. I don't see this being played late game. I think it's still pretty good in the late game. I'll show you a couple that I think are like really good late game options, because I think he's mostly okay. Skipping over, I think we've seen these guys. So Kelpie is a mirror breaker. I don't think this card's very good. It's got the best art. that's for sure. Soyame, this one's like, what's the question mark? Mitch, you don't agree with me? You don't think that, do you think this card's good? Or are you question marking somebody else in chat? I think this card's okay. Second best art? I need to know what your number 1 art is. Swing 11 in the late game when they're on low life. Swing 11's very good. Kelpie's meta dependent. I agree. This is a limited card. Yeah, I'd agree. Dude, we're gonna get to Scuba. Scuba I'm excited to talk about. This card's an instant 3F. This card's just crazy good. Go again on the attack is just powerful. This card is a must kill for your opponent. Very, very good. If we see better options, then I think this card sees less play, but I think this is probably one of the best options you have so far. The innate go again just makes this card incredibly powerful. So instant 3 of, in my opinion. I didn't say whether or not this would be a 3 of. I think if the meta calls for it, I could see 2 of this in a sideboard, but I don't think you would ever in a million years play 3. A bit more like, how much life am I gaining? Yeah, if your opponent can't effectively hit this for just 1, man, they're gonna have a a rough day, because that's gonna feel terrible. You want to throw as small of an attack as possible into this just to get rid of it. But it's an instant 3 of. That card's crazy good. She'll only be 3 in draft. For Kelpie, yeah. Scuba. Okay. I love the reference, right? Great reference. This is so relevant right here. The 4. Because it's a 1 card 4, right? 1 for 4. Which is not bad. But your 1 card has to be a blue. So if you're stuck on a hand that's a little more yellow heavy, this card feels pretty bad. I love this text box. If you're like able to throw a lot of stuff into your grave and you're not getting effective use out of it, you're not able to play out stuff, this just converts those extra cards into more looting. The gold just is very, very powerful. You're saying Guardian for this one? Yeah, Guardian just sees this card and just says, okay, I'm just not going to be able to deal with it for the rest of the game. I think this card's very good. I could see reasonably owner's deck. You can target, yeah, so like this card, I mean, you can eat people's like CYBs with it, which I don't know if you want to do that, depending on how you're getting fatigued, but like you can tuck a CYB to give them a little bit less value to get a gold out of it. I could see a lot. I could see a lot being done here. I would say this is just I'm blind rating. I would say probably 2 of. I don't know if this is a 3 of. I think it's a 2 of. Mirror Breaker. This is definitely very good in the mirror. If your meta is a ton of gravy bones, this card's a 3 of. Without a doubt. I think if you're into a meta that's a lot less gravy heavy, then I think this is a 2 of. Because you're able to like recycle your cards pretty effectively to be able to get the gold, as long as you are dumping cards that you know you're going to be able to cycle back. Barnacle. I don't think this card is very good. I like that it doesn't cost anything to attack, but I don't like 2 pitch. Can you target a flip card? No. The flip card does not have any costs or colors or anything like that, so this yellow specification is gonna mess you up there. I think this card's a limited card. I don't think this card is playable and constructed, unfortunately. It's got sick art though. A lot of these have really sick art. The fact that it can recycle allies that don't come to the field is sweet. Yep. Yeah, I think it's really good. Okay. I don't know if somebody was saying that Chowder is bad earlier. This card's crazy good. I think you guys are underrating this card a lot. This card's really, really good. So, 3 pitch, right? 3 life. So it's a blue gain 3. You said it was bad? Okay. I got this crazy idea for you, okay? I pay 3 and I play this card, okay? And then I attack you for 3, okay? I've gotten out of 2 cards, right? 'Cause the yellow that I've played, which is Chowder, and the blue that I've pitched, I've gotten 3 value plus 3 life, right? So 6 total, right? I untap it and pass to you. You attack my Chowder, and I tap him and I gain a life. How much value have I gotten now? 7. Right? So he's a 3 for 7, which is exactly what you want. 3 for 7s are great. I mean, if he was a 3 for 8, that would be sick. But like 3 for 7 is exactly what you want. That's like the exact perfect rate. Yeah, no matter what, you're gaining 1 off this card. It's just so powerful. Yeah, This card's a 3F. You can't convince me that this card is not a 3F. A 3 for 7. A 3 for 7 is so good, so powerful. You have to rely on them saying no blocks. Interesting. We'll talk about the next guy. The next guy is really interesting. You have to rely on them saying no blocks. I mean, if they blocked your chowder attack for 3, you still got 3 value, right? It's still 7. Yeah. Or you don't attack, like Pockets is saying. You play this card, you gain a life, and then you gain another life when they shoot it, or when they try and hit it. And for every turn that they don't try and hit it, and you are attacking with something else, you're just gaining 2, right? Or gaining 1. You gain 2 the first time when it comes in, but you'll eventually just keep gaining 1 off of it, right? Super good. So like he's at worst 2-card 5. I think he's gonna be pretty powerful. I think he's a 3-of. I genuinely think he's a 3-of. It's very good. Cutty Shark. Okay, I haven't looked at this card fully. I think just base 1 for 4. 1 for 4 life is what I'm looking at right now. I like that it has 4 life. Makes it reasonable to get rid of. It's more difficult to get rid of because you can't hit it for like 3, right? I mean, there's a lot of weapons that deal 3, so this immediately is slightly above, makes it a little bit more difficult to kill. No way 1 chowder's ever correct. Yeah, I think you're 2 or 3, 2 or 3 every single time. So this card's a 2 cost for 3 attack. And then once per turn to action, your next ally attack this turn gets +1. So it can be cost 3. So it can be cost 3, swing 4. That's pretty bad rate. It's a pretty bad rate. What the fuck is the VTuber? Nick, it's on the other panel. I didn't even have it moved here. Here, hold on. I'll get it just for you. I'll get it. Is it there? Then I gotta go here. There. But I don't know that I don't think it's set up to my, it's not set up to my, to this microphone right now. It's set up to my, my desktop audio. So I'd have to readjust it. But it's there. I'll leave it there in the corner just for you. I'm sorry that it doesn't talk right now. I keep asking for it until the tag is gone. I just don't change the tags, man. Am I forgetting that? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm catching back up. Did I forget allies don't block? I know allies don't block, but that's fine. Chowder's still really good, even if he doesn't block. Chowder doesn't die. Play Chowder and Chum to keep 2 Chowders alive. Oh yeah, no, that's stupid. I can't wait to talk about Sawbones and Chum. Don't even get me started on that. That's gonna be stupid. You have to balance what you put in with blocking cards. Yes, that's true. Let them use attacks on the ally. You're still gaining value. What's your end game? You ain't doing nothing without a board. I mean, you have other cards that you're gonna play, right? You're gonna have other like actual attacks. Like you have board the ship and like paddle faster, stuff like that. You have pirate attacks as well that you're gonna have. So like even if you don't have a board, like you'll still have other things you can do. Really quick, jumping back to Cutty Shark. I like the life total because it's harder to get rid of, right? You have to commit like an actual full card to it. The attack is underwhelming. The action is also underwhelming. I think if I'm playing this card, I'm playing 2. Maybe 1. As like a silver bullet. I don't think this card's very good. Just first glance. I think if you're using it to gain 4, like let's say this is the first card you play on a turn, right? And you're using it with the intention of not attacking with it, but rather just because you have like a more full hand and you want to use the pitch to give the next ally +1. I think that could be powerful. I just need to see it in practice. I think you need to see it in practice. I think he's mostly fine. He's on the verge of being unplayable for me, but I think it's mostly because of him not getting a lot of value from just existing. Like, Prismatic Leyline looks like potential include. Yeah, possibly. Depends on how many blue attacks he has, right? Depends on how many blue attacks he has, but like he could probably roll like red attack into yellow attack pretty easily. DM hit it on the nose that Gary will be the hardest hero to play in Flesh and Blood. Yeah, probably. It'll be hard to know how to build him, but then once people figure out how to build him, then it's just like, oh, okay, like, you copy, Joe Schmo's list on Fabrary, and then you just learn how to play it, right? I think this card's okay. I'm not a huge fan. Instant 3 of. You can't convince me otherwise. 2 for 6. 2 for 6 that if your opponent leaves it in play, just like gigafucks you. This card is a must kill. Instant 3 of. This card's crazy good. Let's see. But Prism? What about Prism? What about Prism? You mean like for hardest hero to play? I think this deck is going to be harder than Prism. I think this deck is just harder than Prism. But yeah, Rigor Mortis, I don't need to talk too much about him. He's an instant 3F. No reason why you shouldn't play 3 Rigor Mortis. He's so good. None of these are poppers, something to realize in the Prism matchup. That is true. So like you have a pretty ineffective Prism matchup here. But you do have ways of getting extra action points. So it's like, does she care to send one of her 6 attacks into like an ally? Maybe not. Maybe you're just building up a board and like able to use it really effectively. Kind of hard to say. I've not seen this card yet, actually. So we're looking at 3 costs to attack. That's pretty bad. I don't like that. So this is a card. So 2 with 5 life. 5 life is good. 5 life is very good. Next attack action card you defend with. I don't like attack action there. Because I feel like he's playing a lot of blue actions, not a lot of attack actions. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think through right now. So, like, how many attack actions is the deck playing, right? I would say probably not many. Like, enough, like it's going to play enough, right? It's going to play probably 12. Allies apply on hits. For Prism? I mean, yeah, but if your Prism sent a 7 into your 1 life card, like, you're gaining so much off that. That's so worth it. You'd be happy to send Erudition into your ally. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Then he did his job, right? He saved me life. Yeah, I think that's fine. This card I'm not sure on. The instant feels weird. I think this is maybe a limited card. 2 with 5 life feels like it's really hard to kill in limited as well, which makes me think that that's intentional, right? So this card is just like a limited all-star. I don't know that it's very good otherwise. I constructed playable, I would say maybe 1, probably 0. Not very good though. We see more inclusions like back alley break line, it won't be used. Yeah. This card seems good. This card seems good. I'm not 100% on it just because you have, I think, just better options. Like, you've got Scuba, you've got Chowder, you've got Rigor Mortis, you got Limpet, you've got Murray, you've got Chum. So, like, we're assuming 3, 6, we'll count him as 1. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 13, maybe 12, 15, maybe 16. You're looking 19, and you don't have Sawbones on this list. 3 costs, so 0 cost. Yeah, because of this card. If he's free, this card's insane. If he's free, this card's insane. If it's not free, I don't think this card's very good. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's okay. I think if you're filling out a slot. Like him since he 2 cost attacks. The turn he lives, or to the 1 blue hand since most allies use 1 resource. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, because you're thinking like he uses 1, Limpet uses 1, Murray uses 1. So like if you're set up on a board with any of these guys, having him previously in play just works really well. I could see it. Yeah, I could see it. I'm not 100% sold. I think Sawbones limits you on how playable this card is. So like, I don't know why Sawbones isn't in the set. Makes no sense to me. This card is like a must play. Oh, and he also has the 1 attack. Yeah, because this card's an instant 3-of. This card paired with this guy makes me want to die. Chum and Sawbones are best friends, and I hate them for that. Also, this guy and Sawbones are also best friends, and I hate them for that. Any of these guys that are huge, just super difficult to get rid of, the moment your opponent plays a Sawbones, they're just like, by the way, just gonna prevent that 1 that's gonna help kill it. Just so backbreaking. Sawbones is a kill on sight. But it's an instant 3-of. This card's so good. Sawbones is a counter to Florian. Next time you are a pirate you control, you dealt damage this turn, prevent 1. Is it? I mean, you're just preventing 1 rune chant, right? Florian's about to get gutted anyways, so Florian, I don't know if he even exists past next Monday. Well, we'll see. I shouldn't have to say anything. This card's broken. I'm interested to see what this is. Really interested to see what this is, because one thing that's very, very important that we're missing from Gravy, in case you didn't notice, there's no weapon. Where's his weapon? You thought it was like a Zen state. If it was a Zen state, that'd be crazy powerful. Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, I want to know where his weapon is. I don't know what this is right here. But you have a necromancer, base necromancer equipment here, right? So, don't you need a weapon to play an offhand? Yes. So I think this is a necromancer weapon. It's not a pirate necromancer weapon. I think it is a necromancer weapon. It's also possible that they do what they did up here with Puffin Companion here, right? Because only Puffin can play Polycranka. I think they could do, realistically, a Gravy weapon. Would that be the templating? Yeah, it'd be Gravy Necromancer weapon. Something like that. And then make it essentially a specialization without actually putting specialization on the card. Is it a majestic weapon? Don't know. I don't think so. I think it's going to be common. Limiting the hero around a majestic weapon sucks. I think giving every single player access to like a token weapon is important. And forcing people into playing a majestic weapon I think sucks. Feels terrible. Yeah, we don't want this to be Hunter's Clave. So hopefully a common necromancer weapon for him. I'm going to skip over Marlin. There's not anything really crazy here. This card's really good. This card's pretty solid, but like doesn't do what you need it to do into Prism. This card's broken. This card's a 0 for 7. This card's a 0 for 7. I can't believe they printed that card. That card's fucking wild. Is it? Yes. This card's a 0 for 7. 0 for 4 block. When this defends, banish an arrow from your hand. If you do, start of your next turn, put it face up into your arsenal, gets +3. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is a 0 for 4 that converts into a 0 for 7. Converts into a buff, at least for like a later turn, right? But like, so you block 4 with 2 cards. Well, it's a May, right? So it's a May banish. But you are essentially blocking 4 with 2 cards, in a way. Yeah, because if you want this +3, right? But you're on your turn cycle getting a +3 buff where you had to sacrifice a card in hand, right? So what would have been probably 2 to 3 value on your arrow in terms of like an effective block if you were to give that arrow a block, right? You're now just getting a buff, just like straight up, and it's just automatically loaded. Like, crazy good card. These cards I don't know. This card's Draw Swords, but better. Sorry, Warrior players. This card's just draw swords, but better. Okay. This is I'm gonna talk really quickly, more specifically to Puffin, because that's the deck that I really want to play. I don't think this card is good yet. I'm really having a hard time with it. I'm hoping it's good, but I don't see it being good in Puffin so far. I think this is pretty good in it's very good in Gravy. I don't know that this card's going to be good in Marlin either, specifically because of this line right here, the pirate attack. I really wish that it wasn't this restrictive. I really wish it wasn't that restrictive. Gold, yeah, Wage Gold is really good. Wage Gold's very good with this card. Peg Leg we've already seen. Conqueror we've already seen. Okay. This card, there's a lot of people that don't like it. I think this card's crazy. I think this card's stupid strong. I can't think of any reason why the 3 pirates that exist, right, in Flesh and Blood that are coming up, right, our upcoming pirates, I can't think of a single reason why no one would play 3 of this card. Like, this card's an instant, it's an instant 3 of in Gravy, 1000%. No questions asked. There's no downside to this card for Gravy. And then you look at, like, Puffin, right? Puffin, 2 gold, you set up a turn, like a 2-turn cycle, essentially, right? Where you're able to crank one of them right away. And you could just save a gold for the next turn, or you can crank another one, right? Super good. The 2 life loss, so negligible. Every hero that's a pirate is 40 life. So the 2 life is really not that rough. A lot of the pirates also block effectively so far, except for Gravy. So I think that this having a loss of 2 life on it, it sucks, right? But I understand. And I think that it's well balanced. Because I think if this was lose 3, it would be much more of a cost, like much more of a serious cost. I think lose 2 is negligible though. If you play Chowder in your Gravy Bones deck, this card costs nothing. The lose 2 is negligible. The discard you want to do anyways. So you're just kind of okay with it no matter what for Gravy. This card's a 3 of in Gravy, 1000%. Whether or not this card is a 3 of in Puffin will be interesting. I think so far yes, but I could see it being phased out of the deck when we see more cards. This card, instant 3 of in both Gravy and in Puffin. This card's so powerful. I can't think of a single reason why you would not want a Gold Kiss Rum in either of those decks. This is also just a blue block 3, so it hits the mark there. This card is so good. This card's so good. Gold Kiss Rum is incredibly powerful, especially when you're able to pair it with a lot of the items. I'm thinking more specifically for Puffin. When you're able to pair it with these crank items that we have access to, like Cerebellum Processor, and you're able to pair it with things like the new Copper Cog card, the Gold Kiss Rum, you just play this card out, and you're just like, I'll get my rum eventually, I'll drink it when I feel like it, right? And then the moment you drink it, you're just getting that extra action, and man, does that feel good. You're banking that action point, right? But that action point does so much for both of these decks. It is an absolute game changer. The gold token thing. I don't know right now whether or not the give a gold thing is relevant. I think that they are intentionally hiding cards from us. Puffin can steal your rum. Puffin can steal your rum with the yellow card. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. Levi is an alcoholic. We'll get to Levi being an alcoholic in a little bit. Rum, Time Snap, Back Alley. Oh, dude. Yeah. You have so much access to like extra action points. You're set up so well. I can't see a world where you don't just want to do this and just have it be your main focus. KO is also an alcoholic. Yep. We'll get to him being an alcoholic too in a second. Sorry, got kitty cats trying to get in the window. Got one sleepy one and one trying to get in the window. This card's crazy good. Instant 3 of. I can't see myself ever taking this out. I think Marlin doesn't play this card, but I think Gravy and Puffin play this as a 3 of. Too powerful. way too powerful of a card. Blue block 3s, obviously, historically incredibly strong, right? This on defense, flip a card, insane. This card is so good. I need LSS, please. I need this card in an extended art. I need this card in an extended art. If you give it out at a calling or like as a promo for like eventual pro tour or something like that, dude, I need this card in extended art. The fact that it's an M means it's not in the gem packs probably. So we need this in an extended art. There's no reason why this card can't be an extended art because we've seen the full art because it's on a playmat. We know there's more art than just this. It needs to be extended. There's a playmat. It needs to be extended. We know there's more art of this. Like it's bigger. Should be bigger. Or they do this. What they did with Portside, they could do with that card. And just make it to where the treasure pack version of it, the full art. Sorry, Mitch, I missed what you're talking about for that's the full art. The microtext, yeah, microtext box is sweet. Extended art or microtext box for this. Extended art is kind of what I would like. Microtext box is gonna fit. Sunken Treasure full art, just no text, just cut it. The full art of it is I'll pull it up. They showed it off on Twitter, I think. Yeah. So we know that it has more art. We know it has more art to it. Just give us the full art. Give it to us. There's no reason why we shouldn't have it. Give us more art, more of this. There's so many cards in between here. I'm excited for them to actually show more pirate cards. Playing tip and using the pirate hook to steal the gold back will be a fun minigame. Yeah. I think so my crackpot, totally baseless. I've no theory other than I have a theory of why this has this text down here at the bottom. I think that they are intentionally hiding sets of cards in the set that have this text down here or this text up here, where you have steal effects just baked into the card itself, specifically in Pirate, or that you have cards that say if the defending hero controls a gold, do something. I think we're missing a lot of cards that have to do with that, and that's why this second portion is relevant. But yeah, this card's a gravy card. People are trying it in Puffin right now. It's not good. This card's really good in gravy though. Friend really loves the ship's art. And get a load of this guy. Oh yeah, he's doing this thing. Yeah, this guy's hilarious. But yeah, this card's crazy good in gravy. I love the art for this card as well. There's so much color in this card. I feel like if I get this and it's not this extended border, or the microtext box, sorry, Man, I feel like I'm going to be disappointed if it's not the microtext box. Because the color is just gorgeous. It's so pretty. Like, you have so many different, like, backgrounds of characters in this, and, like, there's just so much. I mean, there's a lot going on in this card, right? But just, like, the color composition, how they did the art for this card is it's so phenomenal. It's so good. These cards are unplayable outside of limited, unless we can somehow put this into play in constructed. I don't think we will, but who knows? Maybe we'll do some bullshit. This is the best Brute card they've printed in a long time. Just jumping straight into Sea Lakes. This card's crazy good in Brute. Like, actually insane. I'm trying to think if there's any other decks that would even want to play this. I don't know. Does Gravy care to play this? I think Gravy just has better cards that aren't this card. And he's going to get even more good cards. I see this as like a last resort card for Gravy. Because you really don't want to be... I mean, if you're discarding like multiple cards at once, right? But a lot of the stuff that we've seen... Last actual attack. Yeah, I think this is like... I think it's okay. I think if you're struggling to find a last slot, this is like the greatest last slot. I don't know that it does much more than that, though. Obviously, we want Gold Kiss Rum, right? Because Go Again. And Go Again's powerful. But I just feel like you want to be discarding your allies as much as possible. And so, like, discarding this instead of an ally just doesn't feel good. I'm trying to look back and see if there's anything, because like this card doesn't even work with it. It puts it into the graveyard, so you don't discard it. If you're heavy on gold and like you're doing good on that end, then I think that this card is really good. But I think that if you're not doing well on gold and you're getting your cards into your graveyard through other means, then I think that this card's just fine. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. I'm not very high on it. Be a standard layout for that card. Cold foil being only in treasure packs will be interesting. Yeah, I'm really interested that there's a couple cards that I already noticed. We'll look really quick at the card database for some stuff that's not shown here that I think a lot of people don't know about yet. And we'll go over that in just a minute once we get towards the end of it. Feels like a judge pack card. This card, I think you could see this in a judge pack in the future. Possibly. This card's good. You play it in Gravy because of this right here. I hate how they structured the wording of this card, because this card has Watery Grave, but it is also legendary, and they for some reason decided to combine the two and call it Legend of the Watery Grave. Weird, like thematically, lore-wise, cool. How it reads is not good. Because if I don't know what Watery Grave is, this card looks like it doesn't have Watery Grave. Because I'm like, oh no, it has Legend of the Watery Grave. It doesn't have Watery Grave. It's like, it's very annoying how they wrote this out. I wish this just said legendary Watery Grave. I get that thematically, lore-wise, this makes more sense. Yeah. Flying High we've already seen. This card is weird. I don't know if I like it or not, but I will be buying not four foils. I'll be getting probably 3 to 6 rainbow foils of this card, just in case. Never know. I like 0 for 4s, and this is a pretty powerful 0 for 4. It's just very weak to on hits, right? On hits coming after the 1. This card's really good limited. I think that's probably it. Yeah, I think that's it. I was thinking of potentially going through and building a Puffin deck with you guys on stream, or we can do a Gravy deck on stream if you guys want to talk over some stuff, because I have not built Gravy yet, but I'm going to very quickly show you guys some stuff on the card database that I think people aren't or haven't seen yet. That's, in my opinion, kind of cool. So, Palantir Aeronaut, in case you didn't know, the rainbow foil is an extended art. I don't think they have shown this like publicly yet. I think this is just a find it on the website kind of thing. I'm stoked for this. This is super cool. I'm hoping that they eventually show more of these kind of cards. But right now, it's like if we look at like Dovetail, right? Dovetail in the rainbow foil does not have the extended art. So I'm interested to see if there are other ones that have that like secret extended art, or secretly have like a alternate printing that they're not talking about. These ones I haven't personally checked, so I'm not sure on like Steamboat or Copper Cog. Darn it. I'm hoping that this card comes in the gem packs. Also, this card being a rare is rough. Is just like Sylvie, yeah. So I'm excited about that. Were these cards? I'm pretty sure these cards are going to be gem pack. So no on those ones. They made all rainbow foil majestics. All rainbow foil majestics? Well, like, this one doesn't have it. But if they did, I think they should just do that going forward. It'd be so much better. Because you cut off so much of the art. That's like what makes people interested in some of these cards, right? And like this one's been pretty publicly displayed, but like this one, its rainbow foil printing only comes in microtext box. Like this one actually doesn't have a rainbow foil printing with this text box, like the big text box. Entered early, you're good. But like this one, literally the rainbow foil only comes in microtext box. And that's so cool. Like little things like that are so neat. I think they need to do more with those kind of things. I'm trying to think what other ones we know about. So like this one is treasure pack exclusive extended art, which really sucks. I wish that this wasn't the case. I wish that this one was cold foil in the set. I understand why they are changing it around a little bit to like help make the treasure pack feel more like treasure, right? But I kind of wish they still had cold foils in the set for this. That does feel kind of bad. Trying to think which other ones. You know what? I didn't check any of these ones. I wonder if these ones have extended arts. Okay. Are we looking at extended arts? Oh no, this one has the calling extended art. Does this one have an extended art too? No. So the king cards are extended art. That's kind of sick. This means Tunic is 100, most likely. You're talking about the this one? Yeah, like this one's gonna be very expensive. I would honestly expect the cold foil dead threads to probably be like pushing 200. Pushing 200 probably easily. Does this one only rainbow foil? Only rainbow foil? Oh, you know what? This one's also in the treasure pack, but it hasn't been shown yet. That's what it is. This one's also in the treasure pack because there's 4 legendaries in the treasure pack, and we already know all of them. So it's Sea Lace, this one, Dead Threads, Poly, and Gold Baited Hook. So the two remaining legendaries are not extended art. I was hoping this one would be a extended art. Just gotta click through, check them out a little bit. Yeah, I've been seeing that they've been kind of secretly posting that some of these ones have like extended arts. So like you can see the original Portside Exchange here. That like doesn't have the extended art unless it's in the treasure pack. So I'm thinking for Sunken Treasure, right? Because it's rainbow foil, doesn't have that extended treatment. Or sorry, microtext box. These are all extended art to me. I think Sunken Treasure, because we know that every pirate card is in the treasure pack. I think that this card will have a microtext box, but it will be in the treasure pack only. Same thing for this one. I think this one will also have an microtext box, but it will only be in the treasure pack. This one I want this one in a microtext box, but I think it's got a lot of text here, so maybe it's not as easy to do. Possible that this one gets like an extended art would be pretty nice. But like gold baited, I'm pretty sure looks no different. Yeah. So this one is just, it's like gold in the treasure, or no, this one's just cold foil in the treasure pack. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of these in like the gold treatment. I think it'll be interesting looking. I don't know. I didn't check this one. I know Fiddler's Green doesn't have it. I know this one does have an extended art, but it's this one is an exclusive to Rudy. No extended art on this one. Okay. Full art only in the packs. Full art only in treasure packs is what I am assuming, yes. I'm pretty sure you're talking Conqueror the High Seas, right? Conqueror in rainbow foil, right, doesn't have that extended treatment. But in the treasure pack, it does have an extended treatment, and it's gold. So I think we'll see a few that are like this, and then I think we'll see a handful that are also like the microtext box. I'm very excited for the ban list. I did predictions a couple streams ago on what I think will be in the ban list. We'll kind of have to see what those end up looking like. Okay, I've got 2 options for us here. We can keep playing some CC games, or we could build a deck. What would you guys want to do? Want to build a deck? It'd be a preliminary, very early stage, trying to put something together. See if I can go to Stream Manager and start a poll for you guys. CC. Vote Gaming. No clue what they would ban besides 3 of a kind. I think 3 of a kind it might end up being banned. We'll have to see. But it's definitely it's on the chopping block. Too early to build anything? Alright. Let's jump back into Talishar then. We got a ton of CC games here. Dory. Let's go back here. Dory, I think we potentially want the arm piece. We definitely want cards that block. High Octane Come Home. Yeah, no kidding. Oh no, we want this one. Arms. So we're starting off, man, BIOS Heist is like such a good setup, but I don't think we have the means to do anything really powerful here. So maybe we put this into play, arsenal this card, and just take it as a setup turn. I think we do that. Do I want to crank? No. That's annoying. So we got a boom on top, which is pretty good. We could cycle, get the boom grenade in hand. I kind of like not blocking from hand here. Or, because we don't have a lot of pitch here. The max V is unplayable. We kind of want to see if we can get a pitch here. Sorry, thinking. What we could end up doing is we could flip the grenade into play, block with adaptive and heavy industry. No. I think this card's just not very good right now. So let's we'll trigger Reprise. That's not what I expected. I'm gonna mute really fast so that she can take that call. That was the fastest armor block I've ever seen. My goodness. So we draw. Then we can just... We'll Teklo here. I think this is pretty fine. We'll send Throttle not boosted, or do we want to send it boosted? We say no boost this time. Yeah, they got a crazy hand going on here anyways. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at 5 go again. It's a 3 block. We have a card on top that we can convert extremely well. Our max V in our arsenal kind of sucks here. And like this Iron Song Pride I really want to get rid of. But I don't think I have an effective way of blocking it right now. Okay, looking at a 5 here. Can't we max V? Can we? We might be able to. Flip this off the top, pick up Fast and Furious. Then it's... Actually, no, that would kill my resources here. So I could just play this, pick up, have 1 float, there's that for that. Am I thinking of this wrong? I can. Do I get rid of this? I think I do. I think I'm going to do this and just break the cerebellum here. Iron Song. Wow. That's like a crazy blowout here. He's also playing Biting Blade. I've just never really seen that. Okay. So we max V. Do I need this? I think no, right? I just play this, pick up. A 0 cost, right? Or is it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1? I'm thinking of the way I'm thinking through it is that I have to play this, but I could just be wrong. And I think part of it is because I got rid of the cerebellum, and so I probably just played that wrong. The game's over unless I don't draw an item. I mean, yeah, I used 3 fucking counters on it. So we're at 1. Did I play this next? I still think we're screwed here, right? Because we just don't have the resources. Because I'm already off Dio. He won't block. Yeah, he's just not going to block for the rest of the game. Which, I mean, I don't blame him. What's in here? I have 2 action points. I forgot about that. I have to pressure. Yeah. I mean, do I just send... Okay. I don't have enough resources. I think I cycled the boom grenade. Right? Because then it's 0, 0, 1, pitching this, then max V. This on bottom, boom grenade on top. I need the harpoon, yeah. Of course, he has the piercing. Oh, okay, so I'm just actually fucked. Okay. Super fun. I guess this one. Sure, dude. Just sucks because I can't max V now. So, because I'm not on this, do I mean, I play this, right? Almost assuredly, this is just a race now. Yeah, this is just, like, super fucked. Slap happy. What does this one do? Make a vigor? Okay. Do I send this still? I think I do. He has Heart of Find All in his hand. Wait, am I just gonna kill him? Welcome back. I mean, I'm forcing him to block here. He had to move his stove, dude. No big deal. I need anything good here. This converts to a red. I just have to hope he doesn't kill me. Okay, so we block with... T-Bone's the worst card here. Man, I hate that this card is just stuck. I block with 2 cards here? Because I like can't send multiple right now. What reds do I have? I have 0 to 60. I have Heist. Heist could be good. Once am I banished? Heist is very good, but he's also just on hit dead. Okay. Do I grab the 0 for 4 or do I grab Heist? I think I grab Heist, right? Or Throttle. Throttle's really good here, actually. He's not going to be able to swing. There's no way we're fucking winning this. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. Are you kidding me? And then now we have a fucking max V hand. I'm just simply too good at playing this game. I don't know what to tell you guys. Don't know what to tell you. It's too good. I just drew all the right cards in the right order. Like my deck intended to. If I was that Dorian, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. Oh man. I don't know how the hell we pulled that one out. I'm not gonna lie. That's some crazy shit right there. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting. Oh. You know what happened? And I didn't even realize it. I got 2 follows. One that was an hour ago that I didn't shout out because I was on the screen that doesn't have the alerts on it. So, it's UK Naval. Can I replay that? Come on. Oh, it's gotta get me logged in. I need to get these going right here. So I got a follow a day ago from Aitor Jimenez. Thank you very, very much. And then I also had a follow an hour ago. So you might still be in stream here. UK Naval. Thank you very much for follows. I'm very sorry that I did not have that set up on the other screen. I would have said thank you earlier. Oh, I played it a few too many times. I got very lucky in that game. Yeah, that is to say the least. I got very lucky that game. But one thing that I did want to point out is I have packs still to open for you guys. So if you have points, I'm going to make sure to put up a point prediction for this next one. Drop some points and bet on the game. Have some fun. And earn some points. 2,000 gets you a pack. Just open on stream. Oh, you know what? I was in OpenCC. That's why my game took forever to start. You're close. We'll get there. 1.8k. You're halfway. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I keep thinking that I need to put this as the default, but I'm pretty sure it's just alphabetical, right? Yeah, it's just alphabetical. Or no, I think they're mainboard, sideboard pulled from Fabry. I need to put this as the mainboard option because I always forget to change to it. It's so annoying. Mario, 500 points. Dude, you will get points in plenty of time. Mario is a pain. I have to bring in a little bit of extra cards because I know he's going to dig me through my deck a little bit extra. I don't think I want null time zone in this matchup. So I'm just going to say no. This on turn 1 is crazy. I think I just play it pass, put the boom grenade in arsenal. Yeah, play it pass, put this in arsenal. We're cranking this boom grenade into play next turn. You can hit me all you want, my friend. Go for it. It's flicking. Flicking very early. You know what card I really want to get banned tomorrow? Or on Monday? This card. Get this card out of the fucking game. I'm tired of it. Must gamble. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm sorry. Win-loss, start prediction. Thank you very much. Gambling start. Go to the chat. Gamble as much as you'd like. Leave no witnesses. Okay. Do we want to take the boom grenade off the top of the deck, or do we just want to block? I think we just want to block, right? Just like here. If he has a +3 here, that feels really bad, but it's probably just okay. Yeah. Okay. I would like to pitch outpace. Will crank the boom grenade. Man, never punished. We're going to keep this one in arsenal for right now. I do want to boost. It was a 6 go again. On hit 4 damage. Big fan of this play. Mark me. Boost. Puts a counter back on my boom grenade in case he wants to block this out. Okay. Probably just shoot twice, right? Feels pretty good. He's keeping more full hand here. And then we'll just start the turn on this guy. This is not a great hand, but this is pretty good. Cell phone provider's fucked up. Network hasn't worked for 3 days? Dude, that's so annoying. So what are you doing? Just like going off Wi-Fi? It's everyone that uses them? Just like no text. Oh, no texting, no calling? Dude, I'd be losing it. I don't want him to take this off the top of my deck. Do I just like cycle with no? Do I just say okay? I don't want him to draw a card either. But it doesn't have go again, so he can reasonably snaps it. I just get less value off the BIOS update if it's not there. I think I just say okay. Because there's no go again here. Or no. I was marked. Oh yeah, I was marked, so he gets to go again, just default. Well, at least Teclacore is the next thing. And he didn't convert the hand very well. Unless this is a 0 cost. Okay. We are like perfectly okay with keeping this. So I'm gonna play this out. We can finally have a call on Snapchat. Dude, that's terrible. That's a really feels bad. I'm gonna crank this guy. We're gonna BIOS update. And then we are going to we'll send Outpace second. Because we get to keep our cerebellum processor in our hand. This is also just coming in for 9. They're just full blocking it. That is crazy to me. I will boost. And now you just don't get an equipment block. Man, they committed their whole hand to that as well. I feel like for how inconvenient it's been for them, this hand's pretty bad. But actually, no, it's not as bad, because we have Teclacore here. I don't think this is playable right now. But can we set it up, is the question. I think we're just trying to hold cards. So using Tunic. Sure. He's just gonna discard to Orb Weaver. Oh no, this is more damage. This is 1 more damage technically. If I'm choosing not to block. Okay. I see the thought process. And then depending on what this is, like, is it Codex? Kind of hesitating a little here. Okay. So we're up 2 resources. We'll boost here. That's pretty cool to see on top. If they don't block this out, we just pump the max V. Yeah. We're on 2 action points. I'll pay 0. Grab Cerebellum. I would like to crank. Man. So we draw the 0 to 60. We... Oh my goodness. Okay. We're just gonna high roll this guy incredibly hard. We're not gonna crank this one. It is 9. So he can full block this if he wants. But like he's gonna take a lot. Yeah, best mech player to fucking play. It really feels like that. I'm high rolling like crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting very lucky. Do I? Oh no, I've already drawn. You just didn't want to play? Didn't want to block, my friend? Ooh. I feel bad for whoever voted loss. 'Cause that was a win, my friends. I'm sorry for your points. I wish I could see who bet against me. It doesn't show me who predicted what. We're 3-0 on the day. That's crazy to me. Not you this time? Man. There is a way? Oh yeah, summary, right? Is there a summary? No, it doesn't say so. Because it only shows me winners. And 2 people voted for me to lose. So whoever the 2 were. Just know I'm looking at you. I'm judging you a little bit. You gotta believe. We're gonna start the prediction for this game. We're gonna go first into Ira. I like all these cards. Null Time Zone's probably fine, but probably don't need it. Wasn't you? Can you turn on badges for when people vote? I can, but it shows on my right screen, and I'm watching you guys on my left screen. So, a little different there. I think I want to spark for 2 here. I refuse to believe. We will boost. Man, that's crazy good on top. They're not. Didn't find where to vote win-loss. Okay. Okay. So he's full blocking it. We're going to do this. What I banished? 2 items. So we'll do this. Paying for pitching this. Grab a Tech Pounder. Put these on the bottom. Put this in Arsenal. It's a pretty good Arsenal. It's not too bad. 750 on a win here. Okay. I appreciate the believe. We have a good setup so far. This is getting... I didn't realize he's playing Flick Knives. That's my bad. But Flick Knives is pretty aggressive here. Cut through. Do I care? Sure. Go for it. Draw a card. Just send an 8 here. Still pretty good. Because it's just going to be 8 follow-up Tekla Core and then pass. I think I believe in you when you don't believe in Flesh Bag or aggro. I mean, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Like, he's down to 1 Kadachi here, so, and he's full blocking it. So he's given me 1 of the pickup cards. No pickup card in this hand, or at least that he's showing me. Okay, if this is the hand to have a bad hand, this is the time to have a bad hand. This is the best time to have one. Because this is just 5 into 1. Yeah, that's fine. This is the correct time to have a terrible hand line up. They made a mistake here because if they had Pouncing Paws... Oh no, because it was Dagger still at the end. So what we do is we've got 2 resources. We're going to put this straight into play. We're going to crank it. We're going to put this straight into play. We're also going to crank it. We're going to pick this up. We're going to pick up... Let's see. What's the most effective thing we could do here? Probably throttle. I like double T-boning people. So maybe we just do that. Do I bracers here and throw blue T-bone? No. We'll bait a little bit. I think we keep the braces belief for a little bit. Because I think they're going to want to block this for the red boom grenade. They're still at 40. Or actually no, they probably just take it, right? But we're eating something here. I really hope they block with this though. D-react. Because this one guarantees gets the pouncing pause. Or this one gets the pouncing pause. Then they have to commit another... No. I could bracers. Because that would pump it to 3. Which means they have to give me an extra card. I think I'm going to do this. Because they give me pouncing pause. And then now they have to give me last card plus an equipment that's just gone for the rest of the game. That's if they want to block this out. They had flick flag. I get 2 resources. God, God, that's so unfortunate. I should have just played it off the top. Because now I can't play this card. If I had just locked that into play from the BIOS update. I do want to boost. I'm saving this for Arsenal. I think we've pulled ahead quite a bit here. We've pulled ahead a lot of bit here. So we're definitely starting on BIOS because I want this in play for free. I would like to boost, yes. I would like to crank, especially with the second one on top. We're just grabbing another grenade, right? Grab a yellow grenade. This T-bone is like not super effective here because they still have the pouncing pause. It is always the second card down. It feels bad. Wow. I still have 2 action points. Give me that last card. So we for sure connect. Wait, hold on. Was this boost? Oh no, he doesn't have any cards in hand, so it doesn't matter. I was like, I should have played Pulse Wave. Actually doesn't matter. I can shoot and then put T-Bone into my arsenal. Or do I just shoot them twice? No, let's do this. Okay, bad card on top, which we can just get rid of. We have 2 resources already, so let's start on Zipper Hit. I will boost. Dominate on top. This is rigged against you? The points are, you mean? I'm just getting lucky? I don't know why he's committing Mask of Momentum here. It seems incorrect. I don't know that I need Convection Amplifier here. How many grenades am I through? 1, 2, 3. So there's still a decent bit left in the deck. That's second boost. Here's third boost. Show me 3 cards, which are all of your cards. Gotta show me all 3, buddy. I mean, I just take the blue, right? No item on top. That's a little unfortunate. He's just trying to block out. Because I know he's trying to fatigue me, I'm intentionally drawing a card there at the end. Grenade on top. I figured as much. Here, pitch this. I do want to crank. God, Max V on top. I wish I could draw that card right now. I mean, it's probably correct to throttle here. Here comes the weird plays, because now he's just trying to fatigue me, so I have to play into it a little weird. Max V. Is that my last one? No. Trying to think through. Should be able to spark for 0. Okay, I get Cerebellum here, right? Or do I get a grenade? He's got a pretty big hand. My hand is pretty bad. I think we take Cerebellum and we hope that Max V's on top God, we're gonna lose an action though. So I was thinking that we had 2 action points. Man, that's so bad. The legs banishes the top 2 cards, and it is an action. Yeah, different legs. Yeah, if we had the other legs here, it would be just game ending. It's important to note that I still have not played anything off of the top yet this turn. There's still 2 grenades left in my deck. So if I throttle boost... Man, that sucks. And he's just got D-reacts galore. I'm pretty sure we are screwed here. We'll just say fuck it. Oh, there's no way we're winning this at this point, just because of how he's played it. You gotta show me all your cards. If it was Sigil there, yeah, exactly. That's why you just have to play it out anyways. As much fun as I'm having. We'll concede now, because I know he's got some stuff in his hand. Alright, 3-1 on the day. I'm pretty sure I sent out the proper stuff there. Sorry to the believers. But we nearly got there. Nearly. You made the right call? Yeah. Dude, Pipu, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright. It is getting close to the time that I need to get going because I need to do dinner in a couple minutes here. Did anybody get enough to crack a pack before we take off? Just in case. Nope, still short. I gotta ask just in case. I think Zidane, 1.9k. I know Zidane got some points. Forgot you even voted. 1.7. We're close. We're close. So maybe next time. I am, just as a little heads up for you guys, I am putting together a Discord. Slowly getting it built up here. I can send out an invite if you guys are interested. Let me see if I can get that set up here. And when I say I've got like nothing set up in this, I mean I genuinely have like nothing set up in this. So this is like brand new. I will be posting when I'm going live and that kind of stuff on this. So like when I say this is brand new, I mean there are 0 messages, literal 0. So if you'd like to join, there's the link. Feel free to join in. I'm slowly getting everything set up for it. I'm trying to figure out the spoiler thing. If you guys want to join in, say hi. Right now it's just, it was just me and my fiance, but getting everybody joined in. Oh, you're already making me realize that I didn't mute the announcements channel. I'll make the announcements channel just for me, but I'll leave your message there. Gotta do settings now. Edit permissions, everyone. Where's that send messages? Goodbye. Oh, we'll let you guys react. Save changes. Okay, you got one in. Thank you guys for joining though today. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get the Discord more set up, and then that way we can have more like discussions actually in there, and that I'm not just like throwing stuff out for in other streamers' Discords. This way I have a little bit more of my own little section where we can all chit chat about stuff. If you guys have any suggestions, what we'll do, actually, I'm going to do that right now before I get going. There's I just made a suggestions little tab, so if you guys have suggestions for the Discord, please drop stuff there. Or if you have suggestions for streams as stuff is coming up, let me know. I'm going to, once High Seas gets like fully spoiled, we're going to go over and we're going to do full deck builds for both Gravy and for Puffin, so be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. I'll be doing I'll probably be working on a YouTube video just talking over some of the spoilers specifically for Puffin. Kind of some of the stuff that we already talked about a little bit earlier today, but just more condensed like video format, so that you guys can watch that as well. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, depending on if my LGS gets a lot of High Seas or not, I know for sure I'm trying to get a case from them for High Seas. If I get a case, I might try and do an opening on stream. Get a camera, because I've got the camera already, right? So we could do a little camera setup, do a little case opening on stream the day of release, and then we could also, once that's done, get the case out of the way. I'm gonna try and get at least a box to open for stream. because I know heavy hitters isn't exciting for everyone. Heavy hitters is mostly because there's like a handful of cards that I still need from this set that are like generic slots, and so we'll have to get some stuff from there. What's up? I see. Hey man, gonna be buying old sets eventually too. I mean, so I had a bunch of store credit, and I was like, what's a cool thing that I could do for stream? And then I was like, wait, Scowling opens packs on stream, and I think that's really cool. So, made it easy. Now we can open packs on stream too. The only thing is, and I will give you a fair warning, I'm not opening gem packs on stream. I will open treasure packs if I come across them, though. I'll try and save them for stream. Long story short, I copied Fleshback. Yeah, exactly. I did copy treasure packs or gem packs. Gem packs are the ones that you get when you go to like an armory. Okay, gem packs are a small like 3-card pack that you get when you go to an armory. I don't know that I have any gem pack cards sitting around here. I might have some in this pile, but basically they are special cards from like a set. So like this one right here, Hunt the Hunter, how it's like got the micro text box. This is from a gem pack, and so in a gem pack you get one art card, which I don't even know. I do have an art card. Okay, so here's an example. You need this one? I've got my full foil playset of Hunt the Hunters. I've been very lucky. So they give you an art card, right? So like this is the corner of an art card for a character. I think this is Kano, and then this is Typanis, I think. So Kano Typanis as an art card, and then they'll give you, yeah, they're puzzle piece, yeah, the puzzle piece like art cards, and then they give you these like micro text box cards here that are from the set, and so like these two are from Hunted, right? And one will come in non-foil, and one would come in foil. These ones aren't foil, but you get the point. And you have a chance also of opening up the cold foil weapons from Hunted gem packs. I don't know if they're doing the same thing in High Seas, if we're going to have cold foil weapons in the gem packs or not. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But that's what a gem pack is. So gem pack, I will probably not be opening on stream, just because I like to open my gem packs at the store and trade with people. These are just trades that, you know, haven't happened, or people didn't end up needing these ones. But I always try and make sure that I get my gem pack cards out to my locals, like ASAP, because everybody likes having fancy cards, you know? So gem packs will not be opened on stream, but if I get treasure packs, which treasure packs are the special gold packs that come in High Seas, I will try and save those to open on stream. So treasure packs will be fun, be exciting. Yeah, treasure packs are just like literally, so like if this was a box of High Seas, right, I would cut this bad boy open, there'd be a little gold pack right here. And that's what the treasure pack is. You just get one in each box of High Seas. Yeah. But, yeah, that's it. It's already 6:02, and I need to go start up dinner stuff. If you guys have questions, or if you want to just chit-chat, I'll message in the Discord. Thanks for joining. I will get everything also hooked up and linked down below. Like for the YouTube, I'll set up like an actual Discord link so you guys can just click that if you're watching this in the future or anything like that. So, cool. Kitty's gonna say bye as well. She's ready to go. She's ready to go. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Peace.